Is this something or nothing? Tua was not voted team captain by the Dolphins.
It's a huge deal. It's a huge. Like, I can't overstate how big of something it is. Now, it's not something during the course of the game, but you are named a team captain because you have been a leader up to this point. Now, we are anticipating you will be a leader going forward from this point, but you get named a team captain because you're a leader up to this point. As a quarterback, you are inherently a leader by choice, vocally, not because we necessarily want you to be, but who speaks the most at every practice outside of the coaches? The quarterback, because the quarterback calls the plays in the huddle. The last practice right before you board the plane to play a road game or right before you head to the hotel before a home game, the quarterback calls all the different personnel groups on the field, and they end with one final victory formation, because the hope is at the end of the game on Sunday, regardless of what time you play, the quarterback will yell victory, victory, and he will take a knee and the game will commence. After that victory, victory formation, the quarterback brings everybody into the huddle as the offense is sitting there watching, the backups that is, the defense starters and backups are watching, all the coaches are watching. The quarterback is who brings the team into the huddle and breaks it down. So for Tua not to be voted a captain, that's an indictment on the respect or lack thereof the team has for Tua. I don't necessarily blame Tua. I think Brian Flores has, to a degree, set Tua up for failure. You get pulled last year for Ryan Fitzpatrick, a quarterback who has a less than 500 winning percentage. Now there have been rumors surfacing of the Dolphins' interest in Deshaun Watson. Regardless of how true or not true it is, the rumors have surfaced nonetheless. If Flores and the Dolphins don't build respect for Tua, Tua will not get respect. And as it is right now, it does not appear that Tua is one of the most respected players on his team. And to me, that's a huge issue.
It's definitely a huge issue. I'm with you, Acho. I wouldn't say that it's about the level of respect. I just think it's more along the lines of, you got to prove it, young fella. You got to show me, because last year, like, even though he ended up being the starter, Ryan Fitzpatrick was a captain. He's a captain now, even for the Washington football team. So that lets me know there's something about Tua that the players know. Players don't lie. You can't hide it from players. Like, nah, bruh, you got to show me some more than what they talking about, because Flores can say all the right things and say he's my guy and he's our future and I don't need Deshaun Watson in so many words. But the players are looking like, you better back that up. But before you back that up, you don't think you're just going to get this patch that says C on it, because that means something in the locker room. Players understand what that means. And if a player feels like it's just been given to someone else, then the respect thing comes into play. But until then, I think it's more along the lines of, you got to prove it. You got to earn this. It's not going to be given to you. And as players, they know what they haven't seen, but they also know what they have seen, and it has not been enough for Tua to be a captain in that locker room for the Dolphins.
Interesting takes from both of you guys. I feel like I learned something, but I've also experienced something different in this. I disagree with you guys. I think this is nothing. I think this is just simply some bad branding that has occurred, and Acho alluded to it in terms of internally and externally. Let's be real, in the media, there's been some bad branding on Tua. Last year, a guy who deserved a mulligan no matter what he did, but he actually performed well, won 6 out of 9 ball games he started. People forgot that he deserved that mulligan because he was coming off a catastrophic injury to his hip. Not just to his foot, not just to his ankle, to his hip. And if y'all ever play sports, do not have an injury to your core, to your hip. That is damning. Okay, we forgot about that. That's fine. But, Greg, you said something that's interesting to me. You said players don't lie. I agree with you. But they are lazy voters. I know that for a fact. Players Lord. Cats be like, hey, what we got to do? Oh, no, we got to go into the meeting room. What we got to do? We got to vote for captains. Man, damn. All right, who? And then, I mean, it's not a heavy lift or investment by these players. Who the quarterback? Oh, he cool. Okay. All right, who else? Who else want to be? Oh, yeah, the tackle been here 10 years. Him. Who else? Like, it's not that damn serious, part one. Part two is, let's talk about why Tua wasn't in the consideration, being real. A guy who goes to Alabama, who's a 5-star, who literally is the most efficient quarterback in college football history. Some would say that makes you the best quarterback ever. the numbers suggest something, is now a top 5 pick on your team, and he can't beat out a guy who's a journeyman in Ryan Fitzpatrick. So cats are looking at him like, and then coach is not fully supporting him. There's rumors of other guys, Deshaun Watson, et cetera, coming out here. And then guys are not hearing the proper branding of Tua. And then Tua's not doing himself any favors because of his personal makeup. He's quiet. He's corny by NFL standards, and NFL players know what that means. That means we ain't trying to hear it. You don't have a mainstream personality in the NFL. I don't think that's a problem. But it's a problem when it comes to a popularity vote, talking about team captain. So I just see Tua just really losing the perception, which then became the reality. If they would have branded him better, if he would have arrived in a different style, then maybe they would have respected him a little more.
Let's talk. Can I look at my dogs, please? Because this is when I love this show best. When we talk locker room conversations, we've all been there. Yeah. No show has conversations where everybody has literally been in the seats. Sal makes a good point. G, you were nodding your head in agreement, disagreement, I don't know. But let me further his point. His point is that people don't think that often about voting for captains. That is true at times. Some people take it seriously, some people don't. Which is why it's an even bigger indictment that Tua's not a captain. Because the mindless pick for who should be captain is the quarterback. That is mindless.
Thank you.
If I don't think it all, I'm writing down my quarterback. Yeah. That means I had to go out of my way to not pick who is the mindless pick. I had to do work to not pick Tua, because that's the easy pick. Talking hip-hop. It's easy now to say, oh, well, Drake's album was the best album of the year. Like, if you don't listen to no music, the cool answer is just to vote for Drake. So to not choose Drake, you got to go out of your way to do extra work to pick somebody else. To not pick Tua as a captain is to say either Tua is such a non-leader, vocally or by presence, that I'm going to go out of my way to pick somebody else. So,
yeah,
that's a big deal now. I don't know where you at. I don't know where you at, but go ahead, G. Go ahead, G.
Okay.
I'm going to jump in on that, too, because I agree with you, Marcellus. And players don't take the voting seriously. Damn. That's typically the case when it comes to the Pro Bowl. You're talking about team captain. You only have one starting quarterback. Most teams only have one starting quarterback. He's going to be the guy. It's undoubtable. It's not questioned. Like Acho's talking about. You don't think to just circle quarterback. Who's the quarterback? Tua. Oh yeah, he's the captain.
And it's 3 letters. So that's the worst part, G.
Yes,
it's 3 letters.
This is what it says. And I'm not saying that Tua is not able to earn it, and he hasn't proven anything. He's proven something, but it's not enough for what the guys need to see in that locker room, because they're of the sense that, wait. We're not going to give this to him, even though, like Acho is talking about, it's the given. It's the layup. Everybody in the organization knows how important it is, and the look that it will send and the message that it will send when your quarterback is not a captain. It just speaks to where you don't have to be a vocal captain, but you better show me something on that field. I don't need you to talk. I don't need you to be rah-rah, but your play better show me that you have great leadership skills. And that's what obviously has been missing for Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh, yes, he do. We're going to go deep. Okay, here we go. Is Mac Jones a great leader? All reports said he was this entire offseason. Did Mac Jones take a veteran's job? Yes, he did. Is he the captain? No. I bring that up because I also give up when Russell Wilson first became a player and starting quarterback from his rookie year. There was a disconnect because Russell was corny, because Russell wasn't mainstream in terms of his personality. Russell was different, and Russell wasn't going to sit up there and talk to Richard Sherman and them dudes like he felt comfortable. So guess what happened? They didn't give Russ the full respect. Same thing happening with Tua. Literally, if you made me say, give me a blind personality test, who is the most like Russell Wilson in the NFL at quarterback? I'm like, Tua. And that's exactly why they're not giving him the full respect. They didn't give Mac Jones the full respect for a different reason. And it's all going to circle this same bottom line reason. Entitlement. Like, veterans, we don't haze anymore because that got banned and outlawed. But we find ways to test these young quarterbacks, these young rookies, these young leaders, these young captains. You don't want to hand them anything that simple. You know why? Because Tua last year was in a tug of war between who was really the starting quarterback. So you think now and they're not supporting them fully, that they just gonna say, oh yeah, he's our leader. When y'all upstairs, y'all in the media, everyone outside of here is saying he's not really our leader. My last point is simple. Drake's album wasn't the best. Donda was better than that. Now, let me tell you why. It doesn't take any work for you to actually say that. All you gotta do is listen. If you're a teammate, it's about listening. And when Tua doesn't say much, as a young Russell Wilson didn't say as much, then guess what? You're not going to get that respect. So I may sound contrarian saying Donda was better, but it was just because I listened to both albums, and I think Donda was better.
You're going to need more points, Sel, because me and G still got some punches. At least I know I do. Let's start here.
What?
Russell Wilson, Mac Jones were both in a quarterback competition during their rookie years. Russell Wilson was a third-round pick. Remember, he was in a quarterback competition. Matt Flynn was highly paid. Matt Flynn was supposed to be the starter. Matt Jones was a first-round pick, but Matt Jones was in a competition, obviously, with Cam Newton. Tua has not been in a quarterback competition all offseason. It is Tua's job.
This offseason.
Yes,
that his rookie year he was.
Of course, I'm not mad at Tua not being named captain his rookie year. But Tua, this year in which he was not named a captain, has not been in a competition. Mac Jones has been in a competition, and going back to Russell Wilson, 2012, he was in a competition. Y'all can check. I just have. I'm looking at Pete Carroll's tweet from September 5th of 2015. Congrats to our 2013 team captains, Russell Wilson, Red Bryant, Heath Farwell. So with that being said, by the time Russell Wilson was the starter, like Tua is currently the unequivocal starter, Russell was a captain, Tua should be as well. But to your point, and your great point of you listen to both albums. You listen to Donda by Kanye, you listen to CLB, whatever it is, CLB, CLP.
Certified Lover Boy.
You listen to that by Drake.
Yeah.
If you're just listening, then the voice you should hear is Tua's. Because if you're listening at practice, and G will be there. G, question for you, call and response. Who calls the plays in the huddle?
Gotta be the quarterback.
Gotta be the quarterback. Question, G, who assembles the offense together to call the huddle?
That would be the quarterback.
It's the quarterback. So, Sel, like you listen to both albums. You listen to Donda, you listen to CLB. If you are on the football field and on offense and you are listening, the voice, the tracks, the records, the songs, the words you hear the most come from the quarterback. That comes from Tua.
Y'all acting like quarterbacks are always the leaders. Y'all better stop.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say you
No.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm listening, and I was in the huddle, and first of all, huddles are on both sides of the ball, so which huddle? Because Junior Seau was bringing up our huddles and the team huddles. You gonna tell Drew Brees couldn't say nothing to Junior Seau. LT couldn't say nothing to Junior Seau. When Junior Seau wasn't on the team, it became LT's team. Is he a quarterback? Hold on, man. It's like y'all playing this mainstream game. That's why Drake keep winning and putting out mediocre songs. Like, he don't care no more. Like, y'all care because y'all gonna give it to him because he's doing the mainstream thing. And I still like his album. I ain't trying to diss. But the point is, when you're unconventional, when you're quieter, it takes you a lot more work to get to the same place, the same point. That's all I'm saying about him, is like they're not going to give him anything. He's going to have to earn it, and it's going to take him more time because he's a quiet type.
Marcellus, the point that I'm making is I don't care that you're unconventional. You can be unconventional.
Okay.
But when we step on the football field and you strap that helmet on, what I see is what I see. What I believe is what you show me. And obviously, they not buying it right now, period. Like, we didn't all been on the field.
Miami ain't selling it either.
What I'm saying, look, and you want to talk about Mac Jones, but you didn't talk about Trevor Lawrence. You didn't talk about Zach Wilson. I mean, you talk about guys that not only were drafted
Certified
high.
Lover Boys. Certified Lover Boys.
No.
They're the easy picks.
What I'm saying is, it's not just handed to you. But if you have earned it, if you have showed the poise, if you have showed the leadership, both in whether it be vocal or in your play, man, that vote is automatically coming to you. It's like it's effortless. And so with Tua not being voted team captain, is it a big deal? Yes. Is it going to hurt him moving forward? No, he still can prove that he's a leader. He can eventually get to that captain status, but it just ain't being visible to his counterparts, and that's important if you're in the locker room.
What it means, G, is at this point in time, Tua is not currently viewed as a leader. He can be that from this point forward, but at this point in time, September ninth at 137 PST. Tua is not currently the leader. I look at it, Sel.
Let's go.
It currently appears that every team that has named a season-long captain named a quarterback as captain, except for Tua and Mac Jones. Mac Jones was just named the starter less than 10 days ago. So, no, he should not be the captain because we did not even know if Mac Jones was going to be the starter, and you're not going to have a backup quarterback as a captain. Mac Jones hasn't had the opportunity to lead for very long. But Tua, he was a part of the Dolphins roster prior to April and early May, unlike Mac Jones. Tua was a part of the Dolphins roster all of last season and into this season. So I fully agree with you that it might be a throwaway vote. But even that throwaway vote should be thrown away towards Tua. So if you're not even voting for Tua mindlessly and you're not voting for Tua actively, then you're not thinking about Tua at all. Problematic.
Man, that's not problematic. First of all, Tua was on a 10-win team last year, and he was playing tug-of-war with the starting position. What is Jacksonville record last year and expectations this year? What about Zach Wilson since he's a captain? Captain of what? Like, y'all ain't captain of jack. I'm talking about a team that actually did something last year, and so they may be taking this a little more seriously or maybe loosely. I don't know, but I know 10 wins is different than adding up Jacksonville and the Jets wins that don't get to 10 wins. I digress. Let's talk about the teams I've been on before. When I was in Buffalo, Bruce, Smith, Thurman, Thomas, Andre, Reed, Ted, Washington, Bryce, Pop, none of them quarterbacks. Got to San Diego, Sayal, Rodney, Harrison, none of them quarterbacks. I got to Dallas. My bigger issue is this. I remember Tony Romo used to be our donuts and chicken dude. Like fourth string, somebody got hurt in camp. He made the team. He became Tony Romo over time. But Tony Romo had leadership issues, and Tony Romo had issues taking the baton from the team in terms of respect. Why? Because you're an undrafted guy who used to get us the donuts and chicken. And now, all of a sudden, we're supposed to vote you captain just because you balling out of control? So all I'm saying is sometimes it's even a slow play when you have the right personality and you still achieving just because of your arrival. Tua arrived in a limousine from Alabama, a top 5 pick. And cats are over there sitting there like, I need to see more. Have you ever seen somebody get out of a limo with an outfit? Think about it. Visualize it. Now, see that same person get off the bus. You know what the difference is? When they get out the limo, you're like, that's all? When they get off the bus, you're like, damn, you fresh. Peep that difference. You understand what they're doing to Tua.